I am wearing all grey today. I am loving this. What is going on? You know, say, first book. Great, we love those. We like the. She wants to tell her friend, you should run the father. Why do I say the father? Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new. If you are, hi, I'm Ra. I love to read and talk about books, and this is a place on the internet where we do that. This is the place where we talk about books and do book related things. And for today's video, I am doing my November wrap up video, which I don't know how I managed to read this many books this month. But in the month of November, I read 11 books. 11 books! Like how? Like last month I read like 3. And now I'm reading 11? What is going on? I don't know, but I am very excited to tell you those books. So let's begin with the video now, because I don't want to do a long intro for this video. Okay guys, so as always, let me start with the books I have on my physical, library, on my physical, I have the physical books, the physical copies, because most of the books I read this month I read them on my ebook or on my computer because I had to read them for university, which means that I have quite a few, classic books on this video, and I am very excited to tell you about those. So let me start with the physical books, because, there are only 3, and it's going to be easier for me to just show you those and then start talking. And I want to say that none of these books are in the order I read them. I'm not telling you the books in the order I finished them because I don't remember. So let me just start talking. The first book I want to show you, the first book I actually finished, because I know this was the first book I actually finished this month, is Final Offer by Lauren Asher. This is the last book from the Billionaire series. I did a whole reading vlog of this book, and I have also made reading vlogs of the first and the second book. The 3 of them are on my channel. I'm going to put them on the eye in case you want to see them. But yeah, I finished this book at the beginning of that month, at the beginning of November, because I read them because I needed to stop being on a book slump. So I read the whole series and I finished the Final Offer at the beginning of the month. So this book, I rated it 4.75 stars. It was amazing. Callahan is my new book boyfriend. I love this book so much. And it is all about Callahan, who has to be able to sail this house he used to go when he was a kid. And the thing is, in this house, the person who is living in, Callahan knows that person, and it is his ex-best friend who was also in love with. So they are, they have to stay the whole summer together, and after the summer, what he has to do is to sell the house. But there's, complications and things that, happen. So it's, harder than it looks, obviously. And this book is Childhood Best Friends to Lovers and Small Town, which means it was obviously going to be my favorite book from the 3 because, I'm a very basic person. I'm very basic. I love Childhood Best Friends to Lovers and Small Town. Those are my absolutely favorite tropes with Best Friends to Lovers. But, I'm very basic with the tropes, which means this was going to be my favorite. And Callahan has a lot background that you don't know. And that is what makes this book even more amazing. Everything that you don't know about him until you read this book. Because in the first 2 he appears and you read him and like, oh, okay, he's there. Okay, great. Then you get to this book and then you see how he acts and why he acts, how he acts. And it's just like, love you. I love you. I said it on the reading vlog, I don't even know how many times. I'm going to say it again. Callahan, please marry me. I love you. This book was amazing. 4.75. I really, I don't even know how many reels I can say. I just read the series. Read the whole series. This book is the best, but just read the 3 of them because they're all amazing. So yeah, this is the first book I finished on November. The next one I'm going to show you is this book. This is Hard Times. I also have a reading vlog reading this book and the next one that I'm going to show you, but I don't know if it's going to be, on the channel for you to see when this video comes out. So just in case, you will see it, and if it's already up, I will put it on the eye. So this is Hard Times by Charles Dickens, and this is one of the books I had to read for university. This was a mandatory read. I have an exam this Monday. I'm filming this on a Saturday. Well, this Monday I have an exam of this book, and I read it last week from when I'm filming this. These past few weeks have been crazy filming-wise for me. So just bear with me. Everything is crazy, but yeah, I read this book. Do I like it? No. It was important for me to read it. Well, I have to do an exam for this, like with this book, so it was obviously important for me to read it, but I don't like it. I did not understand a thing until a friend of mine the other day explained to me what the book is about. So imagine, like, I don't like Charles Dickens, and I know he is one of the most important writers in English literature. I just don't like it. Maybe it's just this book that I don't like. The thing is, I don't like this book, but I rated it 3 stars, because after all, and as someone who's, reading it for school and for university to analyze, the book is very good for what I have to read it, but it's just, I don't like the plot. I'm not interested in the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century. Like, I don't care. I'd rather read the drama of, important people than, how people are poor. This book, I read it 3 stars. I would not recommend you to read this book if you want to read Charles Dickens, because this is not a good book. And talking about people having money and having drama, oh well. The next book I finished this month was Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I love Jane Austen. If you know me, if you've been here for a while, and even if you don't know me, I love Jane Austen. She is my absolute favorite writer from the 19th century with Virginia Woolf. But I love her so much. And I read it because, it's a classic. Everyone, I read it a while ago and I don't remember reading it. So I was like, I'm going to read it. Well, I don't know why I rated it the first time. So in this time, when I finished it, I rated it 4 stars. It is good. It's an amazing book. I really, really like it, but it's very overhyped. That is my opinion. Everyone is like, oh my god, this book is top tier. Oh my god, it's amazing. Yeah, it is. And as someone who's analyzing books, for class and who knows how to analyze novels and stuff in a, literary way, this book is amazing. It is, really. It's very good. I really like the plot. Everything is amazing about this book, but it's just a bit overhyped for me. So, yeah, I would really recommend you to read this book, but I also would recommend to watch the film, because I like the film a bit more. I don't know why, I just like it a bit more, but I think the book is amazing. A bit overhyped for me, but it is good. And, it's Jane Austen. You can never go wrong with Jane Austen, because she is literally amazing. And now, it is time for me to start telling you every single book I read on my ebook, which are the rest of them. So if I read 11 books and I just show you 3 of them, the other 9 I read on my ebook or on my computer. So let me start with those books now. Okay, so the first book I'm going to be telling you about that I don't have physically is Soccer for Dummies. I don't remember the name of the author. I don't remember. But I finished this book this month. It has taken me at least 2, I've been reading this book for the past 2 months. If you follow me on Goodreads, you know. But I've been reading it for so long because it is an interesting book, don't get me wrong. It is all about football, like how it, it started, the history of football, important people, how, what a goalkeeper is and what the different positions are. And it is very good to understand and to learn about football, but at the same time, it is very boring. I was just bored reading it at some points, but there were things that were interesting. I read some very cool facts, and I read there was this one whole section about women in football. There were parts that were interesting, but in general it was just a bit boring. But to learn about football, which is one of the reasons I read it, and also because I read it for a video, but the thing is, one of the reasons I read it is because I want to learn about football. I like football. I wanted to learn about the sports. I was like, I'm gonna read it. It was 411 pages long, and I almost died in 2 months. But I read it, and I rated it 3.5 stars, which, is not too bad for what the book was and how much time it took me to read it. So, yeah, that is the first book I finished. And after that, I finished We Are Okay. Again, I don't remember any of the authors that I'm going to be telling you about now. So, I will just, put pictures of the books on the screen so you would know the name, how the cover looks, and the author, because I don't remember. So, We Are Okay, I read it, and I don't remember a thing. This past few months that I've been saying I was reading books, but I was not understanding, or I was not, really knowing what the books were about. Oh, well, this is another of those books. I read it, I had fun reading it, it was, cool for me. I don't understand. I don't remember what the book was about. Even if I try very hard, I just don't. So my rating for this book is 3 stars. It was good. I liked it, but I don't remember a thing. Don't ask me what the book is about, because I'm not going to be telling you anything, because I don't remember. I know you love these kind of reviews where I just don't tell you anything about the books because I don't remember. I know you love them. I know it. I know it. Anyway, the next book I want to tell you about, I do remember what the book is about, and it is one of the best books I've read. It is not a 5-star though. It is a 4.75 stars, and the book is Birthday by Mary Russo. If I'm not wrong, I said the author correctly. And this book was literally amazing. The book is about 2 best friends who are born in the same day, so they share their birthday, and you see them, you know, you see them grow through their birthdays and what happens to them through their birthdays, and you see how one of them is transsexual and how she wants to tell her friend that she's trans, and like what happens with their friends and relationship wise, and it's just you see them grow, and it is beautiful. And at one point I was freaking out because it was just the 2 most opposing situations you could think of, one after the other. Like I finished a chapter with this one scene, and the next one, the first scene was a completely different thing, and my heart was just like not taking it. I had to stop for like 3 hours or like 4 hours. I don't know how long it took me to, you know, think that I had to continue. Like I don't know how long it took me to actually say, okay, you have to continue reading the book because you're loving it, but you're having a hard time right now. So I loved it. It was amazing. I really recommend it. I think everyone should read that book. It is so good. And as I said, I think I said it, it is a 4.75 stars. So it was almost a 5-star, but it was not. But it was very close. So that, I think that, you know, should let you know that it was a good book, and I do really recommend reading that book. Next one I want to tell you about is one of the books from Maria Zapata that I've been reading. So as you know, and in case you don't know, I'm trying to read every single Maria Zapata book. And the last book I finished from her is The Best Thing. I did not like the book as much as the other ones, like the ones I read prior to this one. What happens to me with Maria Zapata is that I read a book that I love, and then the next one I don't like, and then the next one I do like, I really enjoy, and the next one I don't, and it's just like that. So this one is one of those books that I didn't like as much. It was good, don't get me wrong, it was very good. It was just, you know, not perfect, not what I was expecting. And the book is all about this one girl that gets pregnant, and she tells the father of the baby that, you know, she's pregnant, and he starts, you know, he wants to act like a father, so he goes with her to everything. He helps her in everything, you know, he can, but he's a hockey player, retired or something like that, and then she has a gym. There's this like whole situation going on, and it's beautiful some parts, but some others are like, I'm not understanding what's going on. But yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was not, you know, it was mid. You know, those kind of books that are just mid. Well, this is one of those mid books, and I rated it 3.5 stars because, as I said, mid. That's my opinion. Mid. Would I recommend it? Yes. Why would I recommend it? I would recommend you reading this book if you want to read every single Maria Zapata book to get the little like Easter eggs and the little things that happen in the different books, because if you read them in order, there are like things that, you know, that are like connected between the books, and if you read them in the order they're supposed to be read, you get those Easter eggs and those little connections, you see those. So I would recommend you to read the book if you want to get those connections. If you just want to read it because you want to, I wouldn't recommend it. But it was good. I mean, you should read it and, you know, just judge the book for yourself. The next books that I want to tell you are all books that I had to read for one of my university courses, which is an American literature course. So I had to read like some mandatory novels, like they were not novels, they are short stories, but I had to read some of those for an exam that I had that I still don't have the mark of. Teacher, where are the marks? Where are them? I want them. I need that mark. Where? Why have you not, you know, uploaded the marks yet? I need that mark to know how well or how bad I need to do next exam. Like, I need information, please. The first one is The Yellow Wallpaper. I don't remember the authors. I think this is like a Perkins. I don't remember the name, but I know the last name of the author is Perkins, and I know she is a woman. So this book is one of the novels from the New Women, like revolution in literature, and it is basically this woman who has a kid and a husband, and they all move to this new house. This house has a yellow wallpaper in some of those of the rooms, and the woman, the main character, she doesn't like those, and she wants to, take him down, but the father of the kid, the husband doesn't let her, and it is all about, how she ends up doing what she wants, even though the husband is just very, toxic and overprotective, and, it was the 19th century? 18th, 19th century. I am not very surprised about it, but I'm like, your husband, I don't like. You are nice, but your husband, I don't like. And it is a short story. It is not very long. I really liked it when I read it, and I rated it 3.5 stars. I thought I rated it higher. Like, in my head, I liked it more than 3.5. But if I rated it 3.5, it is about something. I don't know what right now, but if I rated 3.5, I should know. I probably know why I rated it 3.5 stars. But yeah, the book was good. I liked it. Now, the next one is To Build a Fire by Jack London. And I do remember this author because in my head, this author is more of a... Well, not in my head. This author was actually a military that, he was, on wars and stuff. Because some of the authors from this time, they were all like, journalists from, like, war journalists and stuff like that. So this guy wrote To Build a Fire. And it is all about a journey about this guy who goes to, like, a very cold estate in Canada with a dog. And he has to do this one thing. And, like, he needs to get this, like, he needs to finish the adventure. And he ends up not finishing it because he's literally freezing. And he tries to build a fire a few times during the book. And guess what? He builds the fire and then something happens, so the fire just, stops. And that is one time after the other. And it was so frustrating to read. I was so connected with that because when I read it, I was actually very cold. So I was just reading, I'm like, I'm feeling you right now. I'm feeling what you're feeling because I'm cold and I wish I could be cold. Like, it was just a whole experience reading that book for me. But I did like it and I rated it 3 stars. Why do I rate books 3 stars if I really like them? I don't know. But again, I'm not going to change the ratings. If the rating is there has to be a reason. So, I liked it. I do recommend reading that book. I would recommend reading that book more than The Yellow Wallpaper. Probably. But I would recommend you to read those 2 books. The book I hope you don't read, not because I don't like it, just because it's a bit stupid to read, is The Celebrating Jumping Frog by Mark Twain. I was just confused about the whole book because it is all about this one guy who loves to bet on things. Like, he bets about everything, everything that you can bet on. Well, he does. He bets on everything. And he decides to bet on this one frog, and he says that he gets a frog, right? And he says that the frog can jump the highest from the whole county. So he bets on this one other guy that his frog jumps more than the frog this other guy has. And obviously, he loses. Like, it's a frog. What do you expect? Like, come on. So it was just weird. Like, weird. And I don't know. It was weird. That is the whole explanation of me, of the book. It's weird. But yeah, that is what the book is about. It's literally like 3 pages long. It is a short story, like very, very short. 3 stars for me. And the next one that I have to tell you is Maggie, A Girl on the Streets by Stephen Crane. I do remember that other author. I'm very proud of myself for remembering the authors. So this book is about this one girl called Maggie. She is like from the lower, the suburbs of New York. And he has to leave her house and start like prostituting herself. She has to try to live in the streets. And I'm not gonna say the ending, but something bad happens to her, and there's other characters that are there. I don't really remember. Like, I remembered I liked the book, but I don't remember what exactly happened. Like, I remember because I had to analyze the book, so I remember the annotations I did for the exam and for the literary annotations and like the actual not review, like. I remember the annotations I did, but I don't remember the actual plot. And I rated it 4 stars. So this was my favorite one out of them all. I'm surprised. Wow. Great. So yeah, those are all the books I read this month. I read 11 books. As I said in the beginning, I don't remember how, but I did. And I'm very proud of me, to be honest. So I hope you enjoyed this video of me telling you the books and what the books are about. Some of them I don't remember all, as you saw. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you get notified when I post a brand new video. And I'll see you in the next one, which I don't know what it's going to be. Because as I said, in this past few months, I've been filming and editing a lot. And I don't know when I'm going to post what. Because I have a lot of content to show you and to, you know, I have a lot of content for you. I hope you appreciate that. So yeah, I don't know when this is going to be posted, but I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. I love you so much. I love you all.